everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm here with possibly the laziest video I've ever made, a Q&A video. Is this the lamest content anyone could upload on YouTube? Probably. But I'm doing it for a reason. Basically, next week the UK interviews start for the cultural exchange program, which was my Disney program. So I put out a little call out on Instagram for people to ask questions if they want to that I can then answer in this video. Also, yes, I am wearing glasses because, little known fact, I'm actually very blind. I normally wear contact lenses, but today I just wasn't feeling it. Also, I just finished working like my first full week as a proper adult and wearing contact lenses for like 12 hours a day staring at a screen. Like, my eyes need a break, so please give me a break. There should really be like a Disney princess that wears glasses now I think of it. That would be a real statement. But anyway, let's get started. So the first question I'm going to answer is from Katie, and she says, does it matter if you have never had a paid job but you've done volunteer work? So she is talking about for the UK program, and this is actually something I really want to talk about and address because I was worried about this when I applied. So basically, before my program, I had never had like a proper job or like a part-time job or whatever. I had done work for magazines and newspapers. I've been paid to write articles and stuff like that. I had also done a lot of volunteer work, but I never worked in retail or in quick service or anything like that. So I was really worried that my lack of experience would mean that Disney didn't want to hire me because obviously they want the best of the best. However, seeing friends get placed in roles when they had experience in others has kind of confirmed to me what my mum was kind of saying was going to happen. So I feel like Disney hires the personality. So if you're someone who's like super bubbly and talkative, they're going to put you in merchandise because it's a very guest facing role. People who are maybe slightly quieter but really good team players might be placed in quick service. Someone who is super animated is likely going to go for a character attendant or performer. So I do think it's more based on you as a person, because really like anyone can work a register or like pass food out over a counter. Like, that is not what they're looking for in an interview. They are looking for you. So I do not think that's going to harm you at all. She also asked, is it bad to be too braggy or forward about how much you love Disney? So I would say you have to keep it professional. So you have to obviously show a passion for the company, but keep it more to the company itself rather than being like, princesses in my life, I love Mickey Mouse, my whole bedroom is Disney, blah 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 blah. It needs to stay professional, so show your awareness of why the company is good and what you value in them, rather than just, you know, coming in wearing a Mickey Mouse sweatshirt and all your Pandora bracelets and everything, you know, like just kind of keep a balance. Laura asked, what made you want to do the program in the first place and how did you find out about it? I love telling this story. Okay, so how did I find out about it? I was, I think 15 or 16, and I was holidaying in Disney World with my family, and we were walking through Fantasyland and we stopped to ask directions for a custodial cast member. I don't know why we were asking for directions because we knew that place backwards, but this is how I remember it. And then when he answered us, he was speaking in a British accent, and we looked at his name tag, said he was from Manchester or like University of Manchester, something like that, and we were like, oh my god, how are you working here? Because he was a student, and he basically explained that he was on this program. And at the time we got talking about it because of my brother who was with me, and he was about 19, so something that he could potentially do. But in my mind I was like, I need to do this, I need to work here. And then it was a very long process before I could actually do the program, because you have to have done a year of uni before you can apply. So I was like constantly looking at the Disney Careers website waiting for my chance. I would watch Disney vlogs all the time, and then it basically came around. So why did I want to do it? In a nutshell, I've been obsessed with Disney since I was super young, but even more obsessed with the parks. I love being there, it's where all my favourite family memories are, and it's where I feel safest and happiest, and yeah, it's just super magical. And I've had so many amazing interactions with cast members when I was vacationing there, so I thought, why not help do that for some other people? There's actually like two very similar questions, one from Elle and one from Justine, I think, and they're both asking what are some essential items you'd recommend bringing from home on your program. Justine's actually going out on a CRP in November, so that is super exciting. I would say, so I'd say for the CRP it's a little bit difficult because I was just bringing like enough to last me a few months. However, when you're there for a full year, you just need to get used to things they have in America. I think so for me, I had to bring like my personal skincare products that I really wanted to use. I think it's important to bring like some photos to stick up around the apartment, and also the most important thing I think you need to have are some favourite snacks from home, like quintessential British things. So if you drink tea, bring your Tetley. If you love chocolate, take some dairy milk. Basically just have a supply that you keep just for those emergency purposes when you're really missing home and you really just want a small taste of it. That's really important, I think. Other than that, like, Orlando is basically very touristy and they're gonna have anything else you need. Oh, adapters. Really bring adapters, and then bring one of those extension cords which has like 4 plug sockets in it, so then you can use one adapter and charge 4 devices at the same time. Alison asked, who is your favourite DCP vlogger or YouTuber? I have tons that I love, but my top 3 would be The Tea Party, Chase Russell and Emily Enchanted. They were all DCP vloggers. However, Chase has gone on to do a professional internship. Emily is doing seasonal work as a character performer, but everyone who watches this is going to know who she is. And then The Tea Party still goes to Disneyland because she lives near there. It's Taylor, and she's also doing Disney 360, so she's traveling to all the Disney parks in the world in 2018, which is incredible, so you should check them all out if you're not already. Gabby said, which one do you like best, Disneyland or Disney World? So I did upload my Disneyland vlog super recently, and in them I'm basically obsessed with the park. However, I have to say Disney World is my number 1 just because it's where I spent so much time. I've done 2 programs there, so many holidays there, and it's just, yeah, like I said, the centre of all my family memories. So that's going to be my number 1, but I love the feel of Disneyland. I love the old school vibe. It was so chill. I'm obsessed with both, but I know Disney World like the back of my hand, so it has to be number 1. Also, it has 4 parks, 2 water parks. Like, there's just so much more to do there. It's where you can spend like 2-3 weeks. Whereas Disneyland, I can't imagine spending longer than like 5 days, absolute maximum. That's where, if you're super extreme like me, I would love to spend that long there. Joe asked, what is your favourite Disney film and character? That's going to be Beauty and the Beast and Belle. Super straightforward. But if I had to choose something different from like my go-to answer, I will go for Saving Mr. Banks, because I adore that movie. I love Emma Thompson and I love Tom Hanks. Like, it's text from my sister. Hi Alice. So yeah, that would be my other favourite movie if I couldn't just choose Beauty and the Beast. And my other favourite character would be Rapunzel. Danielle Lamb, I think, said, are you able to choose your roommates and do boys and girls live at the same building? So basically on my first program we were allowed to link up with up to 6 people in our apartment, I think. But my second program you weren't allowed to link with anyone. So we basically got the email that said you cannot link with any participants. But me and Kira did email in and request if we could be placed together if it was possible, but there was no guarantee. Normally though, you are allowed to link with like at least 1 person. We were just super unlucky for our arrival intake group. You'll get that email 2 weeks before you check in, I believe, to submit your preferences, and then a week later you'll get your arrival itinerary, and that's where you'll know your complex but not your apartment number. And so basically you have no idea until you check in who you're actually going to be with. And yes, girls and boys are in separate rooms, separate like apartments, but they can be in the same building, and definitely the complexes are mixed as a whole. Jasmine said that she just got her interview on Monday and she just wanted to say thank you for all my help so far. This is going to go up when she's probably done her interview, so I hope it went well and fingers crossed. Sinead asked, how much money did you take with you to get started and through the first week? I think I had around £400 to £500 because you have to do this massive Walmart shop, and then you're going out for so many meals all the time, and it's a crazy fun time, but it's so busy. So I wanted to have like enough for all of that, as well as all of my bedding and food and stuff like that. That also served as a buffer for like the next couple weeks, because you don't get a proper paycheck until around the 3rd week, because the first week you just have like traditions and maybe 1 training class, and then you have the 2nd week, but then your paycheck won't come through until like partway through the 3rd week. So Tia said, did you have any difficult co-workers when you were working? I don't know if I should talk about this. I did have people occasionally who I met who weren't that nice. Yes, not everyone is super nice who works at Disney. There was one girl in my home location, Wall of Disney, who was not that nice to me. She'd make me feel quite awkward, make little comments. Basically, I didn't work at Walt Disney very much. I would trade my shifts to work elsewhere, and then when I came back, she would make little comments like, oh, thanks for coming into work today. okay, now I really want to come back. I also had some people who would make comments about my YouTube channel or my Instagram account, but in like a negative kind of way, like making fun of it. This was like definitely the minority though. Everyone else I met was super nice and like encouraging and said they loved the videos and everything like that, but there were a few people. You're always going to get people who are trying to do your job for you, so like showing you how to do things and you're like, I know how to do this, please let me just do it. If you really want to like have some tea spill about co-workers and stuff, like let me know down below if you want a full video on that, but I tried to keep things positive here. Joe said, what is your favourite song or line or quote from a West End or Broadway musical? That's interesting. I'm trying to think. I love the Matilda line that's like, just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. I also love from Wicked, I'm through accepting limits because someone said they're so. Both iconic lines. Sarah said, what is your most important tip for the interview? And I would just say smile. Be yourself, be positive, and don't over-rehearse. Olivia said, what should you wear for your interview? I would say it has to be smart, but it doesn't have to be like a suit. I just wore a nice dress and a cardigan one year and a blazer the other year. However, for your final interview, I would say go formal. I did wear the whole like skirt and jacket kind of thing for that, just because it's actually Disney. They've flown over from America to interview you. It's a big deal. Ellen asked, why did you not like working at Walt Disney? We're not going to discuss that. Riley said, does working at Disney take the magic out of it? For me personally, no, because I had an amazing experience, but I know some people who do work there and they do not enjoy it so much, and it does kind of ruin it for them a little bit. For me personally, I'm a Disney geek, so I loved seeing everything backstage. I loved seeing... I can't really say because I don't want to ruin it for anyone else, and also, you know, like company policy shouldn't really be sharing stuff online. But yeah, you get to see how everything works, you get to see the backside of everything, the backside of water. You also get to become a part of making the magic, so it's even more special, I think. Laura asked, how long was your application process and did you have long waits for the decisions? So on my first program, I applied in July as soon as the applications dropped, and I found out about my interview in mid-August. I then had my interview itself in mid-September, found out about 2.5 weeks later that I had a final interview. Final interview was at the end of October or the start of November, and then I found out I got it in mid-December. So pretty much from July through December it was like a constant wait. So yes, it's a long time unfortunately, but it's worth it. Mary said, was it strange or difficult living in the US? On the whole, no, because I don't feel like it's a great deal different from here in terms of the living situation. I was used to living away from home at uni, cooking for myself, doing all of that. There's going to be slight adjustments you get used to, like obviously shopping in a US grocery store. I would just go in and draw a blank and be like, do I actually like, what food do I enjoy cooking and what do I want to eat for dinner? Probably explains why I just had like boxed pasta and jar sauce the whole summer. But in terms of like difficulties, I mean, I didn't really live in the US. I lived in Disney World. It's very different. We were in a bubble. I would just hop on the bus, go to Magic Kingdom before work, then go do my shift, come home on the bus, so I wouldn't really say I was living in America. The only time was when I would like walk to Publix to get my groceries and then come back. And one time we went to Celebration to visit, and you know, that's not really like real world either. So Charlie said, have you thought about applying for the CRP? The CRP is the Cultural Representative Program, and it is the year-long one that happens in Epcot. So you work in either the Rose and Crown and the Chippy in food, or you work in the stores in merchandise. Of course I've thought about it, but I don't really see it on my horizons right now, just because I'm trying to start like an actual kind of career back home. I'm looking to go into creative media, and I'm currently working at a media agency for an internship, so I'm trying to get started with that and see where that goes, but I will never say never. Alice said, what was your favourite park snack? And that is going to have to be the Mickey pretzel. I'm obsessed because of the cheese sauce. I probably get it more for the cheese sauce than the pretzel itself. Then my second one's going to be the carrot cake cookie from Hollywood Studios. Even though they messed with it and changed the ratio, it's still amazing. And then number 3 would have to be the cake pops, because you think they're just going to be like kind of standard cake. No. Bite into them, it's like brownie inside. It's incredible. Definitely recommend. Lucy said, what was your favourite location to work? I've got a whole video coming up on that very soon, on all the different merchandise locations I was based in, ranking them from best to worst. I bet you can't guess which is going to be worst. But yeah, that video is coming very soon. That is all the questions I'm going to answer for now, just because I don't want this video to be like half an hour long, because No one really wants to watch that, I don't think. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Hit a like as well. I just did a thumbs up for the subscribe, but subscribing is good. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again.